Meditation is the gateway to the self, to presence, to loving awareness. I used to think meditation was only sitting cross-legged on the floor, listening to some sort of peaceful music playing in the background. I've since learned that meditation is much more than that. We can bring meditation to any activity or non-activity. It's all about the awareness that we bring with it. For example, like I do swimming meditation and walking meditation, eating meditation, and even massage meditation. It's all about bringing the awareness, and when I'm doing these activities, to be real mindful of everything that's going on within and without. That's what the meditation is. I've found that even though it can be a lot of different things, when it involves the body being still, that it brings an unparalleled dimension to the practice. Today I want to talk to you about sitting meditation, and I want to share my practice with you. So to start, I'll give you the background as to how meditation found me. It came into my life at a time that I was particularly lost. Truthfully, I've been lost my whole life. Back then I just didn't know that there was any other way to feel. I started meditating in the second half of 2020. It was COVID times. When COVID hit, I got real scared. I thought it was going to wipe us all out in a matter of months. As time passed and I saw the threat dissipate, I felt better and better. And 6 months later, I thought, okay, it's not going to wipe us all out. Thank goodness for that. I'm not trying to downplay the seriousness of COVID and the impacts that it had on so many of us. All I'm saying is that it's not the human extinction event that I feared it would be. So going through this mental process, I felt like I had been given a second chance at life when the threat had abated. I really think it was one of the greatest blessings I've ever received, to get so scared that it made me take stock of my life, and to then realise I haven't been living. What have I been doing my whole life? It's not really living with all of me. So I decided it was time to start living. I was in my late 30s. I had such a noisy mind. I'd been working in a stressful job for years. I had a poor diet. I was overweight. I was smoking lots. I was drinking every weekend. I was a binge drinker from way back. About 20 years I'd been doing that. Patchy boy. Why was I doing these things? Because I was miserable. I was carrying all of the pain that I sort of felt during my life. I hadn't learned how to let go of it, so I was carrying it and I was living in it. I was also not very happy with the state of humanity at the time. And I sort of just didn't want to play ball. It's just I don't know what's going on out there, but I'm just going to stick to myself and not really worry about anything except for what's going on in my little circle. I was quite antisocial. I figured I may as well just go to work, make the money, pay the bills, just stick to my close people and drink myself stupid every chance I could get. Wasn't really a recipe for a very happy life. Like I said, meditation came into my life at a time when I was particularly lost and miserable. The first year was predominantly learning how to meditate. I didn't know how to do it. I watched guided meditations on YouTube. I felt the benefits real quickly. Back then, I was a bit of a hothead, a slave to my emotions. I was relatively quick to anger. I'm not proud of that, but it's the truth. with these meditations, they were calming me down. The practice helped me put some space between me and my emotions. It was such a gift. If that's all it ever was, it would have been enough. It was changing my life in the most profound way in a matter of months. During 2021, I started getting sober for the first time in my adult life. It was good, but it was hard. I was turning off the numbing switch. Those thoughts and emotions that I'd suppressed for the longest time were coming up, and I had to learn how to sit with them. I had to make space for them. There was no stopping them, so I had to figure out how to handle it. And the best way for me was meditation. It wasn't turning away from the thoughts and emotions. It was taking the time to look at them head on. I'd been running and hiding for so long. It was over. It was time to actually deal with my shit. So my meditation increased gradually to the point where it got to daily practice in September. The shadows were coming thick and fast. I was looking at parts of myself that I hadn't looked at for years, and I was creating the space for the shadows to reveal themselves. I'm now heading into year 5 of my meditation practice, and I enjoy the benefits every day. That firecracker who could not dance with her emotions, she's long gone. Thank goodness. That's not to say that I don't get angry. I still get angry. The difference now is anger doesn't live in my body, and I don't live in it. I don't deny my anger. My anger is a part of the totality of being human. It needs to be honoured. My anger is just as important as my happiness. And now that I embrace it, it's no longer lurking in the shadows or waiting for any opportunity just to take me by surprise. I've welcomed the anger into my heart, and I've given it a seat at my table of awareness. The other game changer for me has been the teaching that I'm not my thoughts and how to become a witness to them. I do silent mindfulness meditations. I follow my breath to start with because it calms down my nervous system and helps me lean into the present moment. Then I start listening to the noise. What is happening inside me today? For me, mindfulness and self-inquiry are often the same thing. Like, I accept we can have mindfulness without self-inquiry. However, I don't think we can have self-inquiry without mindfulness. It's what we're doing, it's what I'm doing when I'm listening to my thoughts, trying to discover what's happening. I'm inquiring as to what is occurring in the self. Sometimes I get caught up in the whirlpool of noise. And when that happens, I have to remember who I am. I'm not my thoughts. I'm the one who sees them. I am not my thoughts. I am the one who hears them. I am not my thoughts. I am the one who feels them. When I can step back into the awareness, I am no longer in that whirlpool. So as canvassed at the outset, meditation can be a multitude of things, not merely just sitting meditation. However, when the body is still, it just brings this other dimension to it that I don't think is possible with meditations that involve movement. No, I take that back. Because you can, like yoga. Yoga's movement, isn't it? And that's beautifully powerful in your body meditation. So let's just stick with that when this body is still. For me, it brings quite an unrivaled dimension to it. Meditation finds us when we're ready. Found me when I was particularly lost and miserable. My healing journey comprised of many parts, and meditation was only one of them. However, I reaped the benefits so quickly. It took time to learn how to do it and find the ways that work best for me. I follow my breath and I dive into the uncomfortable parts of me, some of which have been hiding for years. The practice both opened the space for the shadows to rise and show me how to love them back into the light of my heart. Engaging in daily practice for a minimum of 30 minutes for the last 3 years has changed my life. Meditation brought me out of the shadows and opened my heart. It taught me how to dance with emotions and how to welcome them all in. It hasn't stopped me from feeling anything. On the contrary, it's taught me to feel it all and how very safe I am to do this. Meditation is the gateway to the self, the presence, and the loving awareness. I hope your meditation practice is giving you what you need, and you are also reaping the benefits on a daily basis. Have a great day, friends.